These students are actually doing the same activity that you just finished, the ping pong pasta. But it was very interesting to see how well they worked together. This was several years ago, as you can see by some of these students in the picture, but they were willing to work together. It was one of the first things that we did at the beginning of a math class, and they actually were very successful in this task. Of course, there's always going to be a student who totally doesn't engage, as you can see right here, just kind of wandering around, playing with the tape. But nonetheless, the team in general is engaged. They're observing, they're paying attention, and seem to be genuinely interested in the task.
I'd rather have stupid.
The goal of this task wasn't to build a tower or anything to do with ping pong or pasta. It was all for engagement, for critical thinking, for problem-solving skills, and we discussed all of those when we returned back to class. This activity was just something that they could enjoy, and in the process, learn some soft skills that are very hard to teach. At the beginning of this year, we did that ACT day, and one of the tasks that was created by Miss Clark was these escape boxes. And each box, I think, had 4 tasks where the students had to come together, try to figure out what was going on with each of them, but they had to work together in order to figure these tasks out. It was a very interesting activity that the students enjoyed very much.
You got 1001100. Just one of these. 101100. Did y'all get
Where?
100?
Yes.
Okay, so green 3.
On Thursday, I heard Miss Singleton having difficulties with her class on this particular worksheet. So she decided to bring out the iPads, and the students engaged immediately and actually wanted to work these problems. So let's just take a look at what they're doing here.
Where's the writing thing? Okay. Thank you.
Not only were they using the iPads, but Mrs. Singleton had also taught them how to use the matrix function in their graphing calculator. So they're dealing with that and using that as a way to confirm their answers.
Singleton's saying I'm right, so
I'm lost.
that's a terrible one.
No, I'm talking about the calculator. Let me see. See what you did.
Yeah, man. This iPad always annoys me. So how about you just...
Here, step 4. Plug in. Substitute.
Yeah, it is -1. You did it wrong.
Okay, put this on your calculator.
It's not 5 minus 9.
Wait.
Eliminated X on this one. And so you're left with Y.
How did that happen? I mean, I'm sure y'all did it wrong.
Because go look at my matrix. It's probably wrong, but you know, who cares?
14. Where'd you get 14?
Right there. That's the answer.
You put
said
it,
I had to
you
switch
put it
it.
in backwards.
Oh, I just...
If you want to sit in your desk, you are free. If you want to sit on the floor, you can sit on the floor. It doesn't matter. Just keep filling in. All right, number 2.
So 1x for y equals 13, and we have
once the students finished doing their work on the iPad, they could actually project it up on the screen. Sitting at their desk, they can explain their problem. That's what's going on here. In just a minute, you'll see another student right here. They just switched iPads, and so now another student's going to explain his problem.
Okay, so we had number 3, and so it didn't have a common thing, so we had to multiply by -1, and so then we eliminated the 3 or the x.
Later, and
We got 8.
it was correct. Very good. Y'all's work is nice and neat. Good job.
What it hears it.
Hold on, I see some people still. Who had number 4? Colby's. Oh, y'all. Okay. Right.
Add, get together, you get 6, 8,
Guys, be quiet.
12, you divide by 6. You divide -12 by 6 and you get your x is -12. And then you put it into the first equation. 4 times -2 is -8. You know. And then 2y divided by 2. Cross it out. 14 divided by 2. And it's y equals 7. So your things are -2, 7.
Did you check it in your matrices?
Yes, you did.
Yay.
Science, of course, lends itself very nicely to projects, and this is the physics class. They're actually learning about projectile motion, and the best way to do that was simply to have them build their own launchers. It got them very engaged, and you'll notice that there's lots of different ideas behind it, because I just let them go at it. I gave them the basic premise of the assignment, and on Monday, they're going to run their experiment measuring their projectile distances and times and such, and do some analysis on different characteristics of projectile motion.
So what is the concept of your launcher?
It's going to throw things out like a penny. Do you have a penny?
Yeah, I have a penny.
Oh my goodness.
So Eric, of course, wanted to build a robot, and even though he did the robot building, the other 2 students learned what a servo was. So everybody benefited from that particular design. This team they're all engaged using lots of wood pieces and whatever, trying to build a very sturdy structure. It's very interesting to watch them as they go about building their initial concept, and then as they continue on and progress in their design.
So we're gonna try this one first, and I just leave the 7, 8.
3 more.
Okay, wait.
3 more.
Wait a second. Don't talk. If we can't, yeah, that might split it.
You know, you could drill a hole first.
Okay, I'm going to go see.
Would you like to drill a pilot hole before you split your wood?
Yeah.
Now is your chance to kind of give us some feedback. We'd like you to brainstorm in your group with answering these questions, or anything that you can tell us, giving us feedback on what you've seen and what you've heard already today. And we'll just take about 10 minutes for you guys to throw down all of your ideas on a piece of paper.